Hello and welcome to another Verbling class. We'll get started shortly. Today's class is Academic English. Hi Wellington.
Hello, how are you, Simon?
Good, I forgot my headphone. Let me grab my headphones.
Okay.
It's been a crazy day here.
Why?
Well, it's very windy. The power has flickered.
It's bad.
And I'm wondering if the power is going to stay on or not.
Do you live in Canada, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. I don't know Canada yet.
Well, it's an interesting country. This morning it's very, very cold. It's about -11. And it's supposed to go up to -3, which is really, really cold. But it's been windy all night. Some people are without power. And I'm hoping the power doesn't go out here, but things have been flickering.
Yes.
So if it does go out and I disappear, give me 2 minutes or so and I'll probably come back because I don't think the whole power is going to go out.
Well,
Nina, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. I was just telling Wellington how it's been a very, very windy night. The power kind of went out a couple of times.
Oh.
So hopefully it doesn't go out again while I'm in class, but that's happened before. I'm stupid. There we go. So how is your day so far?
I was good. Went out last night. My girlfriend took me out for my birthday dinner.
Excellent. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was a late birthday though, but it's good. All good.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, it looks like class is filling up really quickly, and I'm going to try to get started really quickly, guys, because we have a long article to read. So let me explain the purpose of today's class. It's about comprehension. We're going to take turns reading a story together. Then I'm going to ask you guys to discuss it. But as you're reading the story, I'm going to pay attention to your pronunciation, and I'll help you with certain words. So in this class, we're going to work on our comprehension, speaking, listening, and conversation skills. So let me just go around the class. I want to see who's with us. Jinyu, am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, it's right.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from China.
Which part of China?
I'm living in the southwest of China.
Northwest. Is it near Liaoning?
It's in the southwest.
Oh, southwest. Oh, closer to Guangdong then.
Mm.
Okay, well, welcome to
yes,
class.
yes.
I hope you enjoy your time here today.
Thank you
Hello, sir.
for your asking.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
The land of eternal warm weather.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it gets too hot, but on a morning like this, I wish we had your weather.
Yes, we have warm weather always.
Very nice. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us. And Nina, I've already said hello to Nina. Hyde, good morning.
Hello? No, good morning. Good
Well,
evening.
yes, yes, good evening for you. That's right. I keep forgetting. And how are you? How is your day?
Today it was warm, so I washed a lot of the pullovers for winter season.
It's awesome. I wish it was warm here.
Mhm.
It's too cold indeed. Good morning, Anna. Or good afternoon.
Good morning.
How are you?
So far, so good. Thank you.
Ah, yes. What time is it there?
It's 10 a.m.
10 a.m., so 1 hour ahead of me, so you're traveling in the future. What's the weather like? Is it warm? Is it cold?
It's warm, but it's cloudy.
Oh, I got to get away from this country. It's too cold here. As I go on to Alexander, who's also from Russia, I think he'll realize how cold it is. It's minus 10 in the morning, Anna. Minus
Oh
10.
yeah, we have the same weather, and actually it's snowing now right now. And but I would say that it's kind of pretty mild weather for us.
Oh, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. But good morning, Alexander, or good evening to you, or good after. I can't remember now, but
Afternoon.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ibek. Hello, Ibek.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, good, thank you.
And where are you from?
Kazakhstan. I'm from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. So it's good afternoon to you as well then.
Actually, right now 7 p.m. Good evening, maybe.
Yeah, I would say definitely good evening.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to class, and hope you have a good class with us here. I see you're here with your twin. At least
Yeah,
according to Google, it shows you here twice.
yes, I had authentication problem and I refreshed once and I doubled.
Don't worry. Okay, guys, I've got an article for you that we're going to take turns reading. Now, unfortunately, I can't guarantee that everyone's going to have the same amount of speak time because the paragraphs are different, but the more time that we have speaking and the less time talking like this, the more we'll be able to practice. So I'm going to share out a screen that I've got here, and we're going to take turns reading the article. And let's start with Wellington. So what I'm going to do, let me show you something with my screen here, guys. The reason why I do things in the order that I do is you can see, oh, that's kind of freaky. At the bottom here, you'll notice the order, and I always go from right to left. Sometimes I go from left to right. That way I ensure that everybody has an equal number of time. So I'm going to share out the article that we have here. I'm going to start with Wellington. Wellington, could you read the first paragraph, please?
Yes. Miraine Macmillan grew up on a farm about a half-hour's drive from Charlottetown, near Mount Stuart, which was once a thriving riverside railway stop for travelers to and from the capital.
The word is Charlottetown.
Charlottetown.
Thank you very much. All right. Next person is Saud. Could you read the next paragraph, please?
Sure. Over the years, the village has boasted two blacksmiths, two garages, and a car dealership, the biggest strawberry plant in the Merchants, a co-op store, two warehouses for potatoes, two fish planets, a movie theater, a books factory, a handle factory, a dentist and two doctors, at least 50 local residents served in the Second World War.
Okay. Years.
Years.
Boasted.
Boasted.
Blacksmiths.
Blacksmiths.
Garages.
Garages.
Co-op.
Co-op.
Box.
Box.
Excellent. Nina, could you read the next paragraph, please?
Sure. Today, says Mr. Macmillan, 19 Mount Stewart, is full of a lot of old people and full isn't what it once was. According to the most recent census, the 2011 population was a mere 225, a drop of 14% in just 5 years. Each September, the local high school has more empty seats.
Okay, thank you. So the year, we can say 2011 or we can say 2011.
Oh, this is the year? Okay.
Yeah. And this is Stewart.
Stewart. Mm-hmm.
Good, thank you very much. Hyde, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Let me just paste the next paragraph. Okay, go ahead, please.
Effervescent, ambitious, and civic-minded, we chat while she sells the cookies on the University of Prince Edward Island campus to support the same team. The second year, a student in the Foods and Nutrition program, sees no future for herself in the island. I'd like to live here, she said, but I don't think I'd be able to get a position. A lot of people I know have already left.
Thank you. On. Thank you. All right, Shinchi, it's your turn. Could you read the next paragraph, please?
Hi, teacher, it's my turn.
Yes, sir, please. Sorry, I meant to go earlier, but I missed your turn. But go ahead, please.
The cause. Which paragraph?
The one I just highlighted, sorry.
Nor is she likely to put down roots in neighboring Nova Scotia or New Brunswick after decades of declining fortunes. The maritime provinces now find themselves trapped in what one observer describes as a perfect storm of economic and demographic decline.
Okay, good. Now if you could repeat after me. Economic. New Brunswick. Nova Scotia. Find. Themselves. Excellent, well done, thank you. And I think we have Anatoly here. Anatoly,
Hello.
you're next, sir.
Okay.
Could you read the next paragraph, please?
Mm-hmm. The cause of that storm is no mystery. Governments have been grappling with it for years. Everyone knows what the problem is, says Peter McKenna, head of political science at UPEI. It's just that no one knows what to do about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Well said. Should say well spoken. Anna, next paragraph, please.
Okay. Because of their fading economy, the Nova Scotia and New Brunswick are running out of people like Miriam Macmillan. Last year, 1,000 more people left to be for other parts of Canada, then arrived from them. The population of Nova Scotia has been falling since 2011, when it peaked at 948,000. Over the next 2 decades, another 20,000 people are expected to leave. New Brunswick is in similar straits. Between the middle of 2012 and the middle of last year, the population dropped by almost 2,000 to 754,524.
Thank you. Well done. Economies.
Economies.
New Brunswick.
Brunswick.
Peaked.
Peaked.
Okay, good. Excellent. All right. Alexander, next paragraph, please, as soon as I paste it.
Okay. But the real problem is the makeup of the population that remains every year due to a weakening economy, a dearth of immigrants, and a population reluctant to face these problems. There are fewer workers to pay taxes and more old people in need of government services.
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 Fewer.
Fewer.
Excellent. Well done. All right. And as soon as I get the next paragraph, ABEC, you can go ahead and get started. All right, ABEC, go ahead, please.
Yes. Within 5 years, a provincial study predicts the working age population of New Brunswick will have declined by 30,000, again largely due to the exodus of younger workers, even as 50,000 more people pass the age of 65. A provincial commission in Nova Scotia forecasts that within 20 years, the province's working age population will have declined by 100,000 or about 20%.
Declined.
Declined.
Okay, actually, you did very well. Excellent. All right, so since everybody's had a turn, we're going to go back to the beginning of class, and you guys will get a second chance. Remember, the focus here is what is the story about? Okay? Now, in case anybody wants to go back and take a look at it, and I don't recommend that while we're reading, I posted a link in the chat so you can see it there. Okay. Shinshi, it's your turn. Could you read the paragraph I just pasted, please?
The trend may be seem familiar. Going down the road to find work is a maritime tradition, but the tipping point is approaching rapidly, says Marco Navarro Gini, president of the Atlantic Institution of Market Studies, a conservative think tank located in Halifax. We have an economic crisis on the horizon, he says.
Economic.
Economic.
Good. Halifax.
Halifax.
Institute. President. Okay. Pres.
Oh, it's
Pres?
very tricky. President.
Better, much better. See, we just focus on the syllables. We have pres-e-dent. President.
President.
Better. Tipping.
Tapping.
Tipping.
Tapping. Tapping.
Seam.
Seam.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you very much. And Wellington, it's your turn now. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
It's my turn.
It's Wellington's turn.
Who you pay for the health care of the population with so many seniors and so few workers? Who you purchase the houses going up for sale? Who you buy the new cars, who you buy the new cars, the appliances, the children's clothing, all the things that families need when they start out? How far your children have to be built how far will children have to be built to the few remaining schools?
Bust.
Will.
That. Purchase. Seniors. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Purchase.
All right, next paragraph is Saud. Could you go ahead, please?
Okay. Such a future can have only one outcome. Slashed healthcare, education, and other social services. Ever greater departures by anyone able to escape the vortex. Roller towns that become ghost towns, growing provincial defects and debt, along with steadily reduced credit ratings that will increase borrowing costs.
Borrowing
costs.
Deficits. Towns. Departures. Rural. Provincial. Excellent. Nina, because the next one is just simply a sentence, go ahead and read the next two, please.
Sure. Just as the looms, unless Maritimers work together to reverse the slide and, in some respects, adjust their thinking. Professor McKenna says the Maritimes enjoy strong social cohesion. You don't get that sharp polarization between left and right seen elsewhere in Canada, but there is also a downside, a particular resistance to change.
That. Maritimers.
Maritimers.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. Hyde, you're up next. Let me just make the text a little bigger. Okay. Go ahead, please.
A major reason of that residence, said Donald Sabre of the Université de Moncton, is that our region, more than the other Canadian regions, remains rural. Although 80% of Canadians live in cities, about half of the people in the Maritimes reside on farms or in small communities.
Rural.
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 Not bad, not bad. I know it's tough. It kind of sounds like you've got marbles in your mouth when you say this. It's almost like you're slurring, but it's rural.
Rural.
Much better. Resistance.
Resistance.
Thank you. All right, Anatoly, next paragraph, please.
New ideas and thinking usually come from urban areas, which are home to universities, innovation, and less social and religious pressure, says Professor Savoye, a leading authority on public administration and regional development.
Thank you. And Anna, next paragraph.
But his bigger concern involves something else that's missing. Our region also lacks the energy, entrepreneurial spirit, and the desire for a fresh start that new Canadians bring. We simply do not have enough new Canadians coming to the Maritimes.
Thank you. Well said. All right, Alexander, you're up next. Let me just make this text a little bit easier to read. In other parts of the country.
In other parts of the country, Canada's aggressive immigration policy is helping to smooth the impact of an aging population. But New Brunswick, with 2.2% of Canada's population, takes in only 0.8% of the country's immigrants. New Scotia, home to 2.8% of Canadians, takes in just 0.9% of newcomers.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Helping.
Helping.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Ibec, you've got a really short paragraph, so I'll have you read these two. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Both provinces, in other words, attract about 1/3 of the immigrants their numbers warrant, and many of those who do come don't stay. Immigrants avoid the Maritimes because of the lack of economic opportunities and because they tend to gravitate toward communities that already have newcomers, but there are darker reasons too.
Economic. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Guys, that concludes the first half of the class. What we're going to spend the next half is having a discussion about this story. I hope you guys were paying attention to what the story is about. For the next 7 minutes, I'm not going to call you out in order. We're going to do this free form. In other words, I'm going to ask questions and the first student that answers gets to speak. So the first question I have for you guys is, what was the story about? Who would like to go first?
No, the story is about shrinking in the population in the countryside. The problem is very similar to Japan. Now, over 65 years of population, 40% of total population in Japan.
Wow. So what we're seeing in Japan is similar things. We're seeing the population leave the rural areas into the cities.
65 is the retirement age. So retirement people are 40%.
Wow.
Very hard nowadays.
Yes, I understand that. Okay, who wants to go next? Chance to speak, guys. Who wants to go next?
I think that the story was about decrease in population in some regions of Canada, and especially in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and that the population of these regions are above that the population outnumbered. I'm sorry, that the elder population outnumbered in that region, and no one wants to stay there because there are not enough jobs to stay there.
Okay, very good point. So you talked about two provinces, and one of the reasons why is the lack of jobs. All right, Wellington, you also wanted to make a comment. You're next.
Yes, complementing, because the lack of opportunities, the newcomers, the immigrants, the foreigners don't go to their places because there they they don't find new opportunities to grow, and of course because these places different the great cities, the capitals, for example, the capitals are I think busted of immigrants.
Okay, thank you. Who else wants to go next?
I can. So additional to all the information that the previous two students said, so majority of the people who live in Maritimes are older or senior people there, and then all the new generation they leave the town to other places that have more job, more opportunities. So then that way, Maritime have some problem because the economic no good is have some the economic crisis because nobody pay, not nobody like less people pay for the tax. So the housing housing price will increase, and some of the economic, for instance, the interest rate will be higher.
Very good. And what's not part of this article too is the recent weather they've had has been very, very, very tough. The area gets a lot of rain and a lot of snow in the winter, but it doesn't get as cold as the rest of Canada. All right, we've got 2 minutes left. Who else would like to volunteer for a chance to speak?
Teacher, can you repeat your question?
Sure. Just to give a summary of the article, who would like to go next?
Oh, I have a try.
Excuse me, this is Said.
It's your turn.
Yes.
You first.
Okay.
Hello.
I think the main reason for decrease the number of.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Sorry, I had a problem with the power, but good, you guys are there. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to check on things. Go ahead.
Okay, I think the main reason for the decreased population because the immigrants avoid the Maritimes because of the lack of economic opportunities. This is one of the reasons. Newcomer percent is less than that people who go away from that area. That's it.
Hi, teacher. Can you hear me?
We hear you, but teacher probably had a problem with connection.
Oh, teacher is gone. Maybe I will be your teacher.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
Welcome back, teacher.
I don't know what's going on here. It keeps flickering and okay, we're back. Good. Sorry, like I said, it's been a very windy night. And I don't know what's going on here. So the Wi-Fi, I lost it again. So hopefully we'll get through the rest of the class fine. Okay, sorry about that. It happens every now and then. So yes, this story is about the economy. It's about jobs. It's about having too many seniors and not enough young people, not enough jobs. So I want to thank you guys for volunteering to speak and taking some time. Now I want to go after those who didn't speak. Now, Ibek, you didn't say anything. What do you recall about the story, or does this story resonate with anything that's going on in your country?
Yeah, I would like to say that it's in this topic mentioned general problem of any country, because a lot of young people and a lot of people don't want to live in maritime because they couldn't find any kind of job, and they went to cities, big cities, and a lot of maritimes are losing people, and probably further they could lose the nobody could live. But at the end of that topic, author mentions that in people's governments are thinking about innovation, that people come back and to live in maritime.
Yeah, so innovation is very important. That's a good point. How do we attract people? Look at England, for example. It's stuck up in the North Atlantic in a very, or even Russia. You know, northern Russia. It's in a very, very barren, cold area. But look at the millions of people that live there. It's because opportunities have been created through innovation. Anna, I just posted an image here, and you'll notice that it's very snowy. It's sunny like it is here, but it's very snowy, and you see a car. Yes, that's a full-size car. They've gotten lots and lots of snow there. It's probably a good 3 meters or 4 meters tall, that snowbank. Does that make you want to go to New Brunswick?
Me?
Yes, Anna.
No, because it's like energy. It has nothing there.
Oh, sorry, I was speaking on mute. I didn't hear. I didn't hear. You guys didn't hear me. So yeah, that's a lot of snow. I mean, how do you find work when there's so much snow coming? How are you productive when there's a lot of snow? Do you think that's a bit of a problem?
The problem is not the snow. The problem is that there is no entrepreneurial spirit, and well, no investment there. It's like energy.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have opportunity to climb their career ladder to find jobs.
Well,
there is
let me
nothing
ask you
to attract immigrants.
Is it that there isn't energy, or is it because oil prices are so low that energy opportunities aren't there?
Excuse me?
The price of oil right now is very low. It's around $43 a barrel. There are opportunities in the on the East Coast with oil. There's some major oil fields there, but what's happening on the world right now because of the price of oil?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, well let's
I think. Can I ask?
Who's speaking?
Aybek.
Aybek. Well, you just had a chance, so let me just see if I can give somebody else a chance, because a few people haven't spoken in a while. So, Anatoly, being from Russia, you can probably speak to the effect of low oil prices. What effect is that having on Russia?
The effect it's not so good for our economic because it is a very big part of our export. But about that topic, I am quickly looked using Google Map to this place, and I see on a lot of photos or street views that it is really a rural place, and I think the reason why they don't have enough job places for work is that not so good work of government of Canada. They need to create their some business maybe to give opportunity for young generation to create something which could be consumed by others. We can see lots of buildings here, but almost all buildings in one floor, and it's beautiful place. I mean, landscapes there are really beautiful. Maybe it could be good for organizing relaxing activity, like for holidays, for maybe for improving health of people.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's see, Nina, you haven't spoken in a while. Nina, what do you think? Do you think other factors are having an impact on this region, or do you think really it's government's responsibility to create opportunities?
Sure. Well, when the oil price is low, so then it could be another case that lots of people will lose their job. They have to lay off some people in that oil plant or who work in that industry, so that it will get impact when people lose their jobs. So then the whole town will get impact too. So then it could create more problem because people are gonna leave the town and go to find a job somewhere else. So the government have to come to play in this area to do something. Yeah, create innovation, create something new, new ideas that to keep people to stay, and then have some opportunity for them to do. Do we lost the teacher?
Sorry, I had myself on mute again. I gotta stop doing that. Okay.
Yeah,
A little bit of noise in my background, so I'm muting myself.
Teacher, I'm sorry.
Yes, hi.
Jin was about to speak, but your line cut off, so he lost his opportunity. Please give him.
I don't see anything in the chat, though. Well, okay, so let me give Saud a chance, because Saud hasn't spoken in a while. Saud, what do you think? Do you think, what do you think are the reasons behind the lack of opportunities in the Maritimes?
Sorry. Okay. Actually, the snow make many trouble for that country to remove the accumulated snow. The snow will block the artery road. they let the slow accelerated for the economy. Many problems that occurred. Actually, here in Saudi Arabia, we have same problem with the sands, accumulated sands, but not like snow. It's easier than snow removal. But snow also make a problem with the factory, with houses, with commuting from house to workplace. I think this is the main reason. Also, it will make a risk for lives. Actually, they have a problem from black ice too. Very dangerous for the commuting people. This is my opinion in this case.
All right, thank you very much. The gentleman from China, Jinyu, would like to have an opportunity. Go ahead, please, and then Anna, you're next.
There are so many students want to talk.
I know, I try to give everybody a fair chance. It's not easy, though there's so many of you in class.
You are a wonderful teacher.
Thank you, sir.
Let me go back to the topic about the population. You know, China has the biggest population in the world, but its population has become decreased. For the past many years, China has taken one-child policy, so that the population has decreased rapidly. Now, our government trying to fix this policy. It trying to encourage young people to give birth to more babies. I have married for 8 years. Now I only have one daughter. In the future, I would be follow the encouragement from my government. I want to get another child in the future.
It's very interesting, and I know I want you to think about this when it's your turn to speak, but capitalism, one of the weaknesses I think of capitalism is it requires perpetual growth. Our income must always grow. The price of things will always grow. Our population must always grow. Yet if we take a scientific look at the situation, it is impossible. We cannot always grow our population. The planet has a certain amount of oil, gold, silver, nickel, and other resources, and water. The planet can only support a certain amount of people. We cannot continue to grow our population. We cannot continue to grow our resources. We can use technology and innovation to allow us to have more people, but we can't continue to have perpetual growth. And Anna, this is something I'd like you to tackle. Is capitalism the problem?
No. Capitalism is not a problem. I heard a quote once before. It's the worst and the best system that we have, because we have freedom, we have a opportunity to change our social classes, But of course, we have a lot of problems, and it's not fair. We can have a huge social gap.
Okay, well, let me put it to you this way. The last president of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, once wrote that capitalism was the strongest when communism was the strongest. In fact, since communism took hold in Russia in 1917 and became the Soviet Union, or at that time, Western democracies, there were no social programs. If you went into debt and you couldn't repay, you were sent to prison. There was no health care, there was no social assistance, no unemployment. But as communism took off in countries around the world, capitalism started to change and became more socialist. We had health care, we had unemployment insurance, we had the Great Deal by the American President Roosevelt. And since the collapse of the Soviet Union, there have been many cutbacks around the world to social programs and a move to capitalism of the old. And as communism hasn't failed in China, but they don't practice communism anymore. It's more of a capitalist country. In fact, China is more capitalist than the United States. What do you think about that, Anna? And that's kind of our next discussion point.
Well, I don't know what to say. I agree with you. While we had the Cold War, the capitalism was stronger than now. I don't know what to say, sorry.
It's okay, it's a deep subject. So who would like to speak next? Who wants to tackle this discussion?
Teacher, I want to be a volunteer.
Okay, sir, go ahead.
Your topic is very difficult and complicated, but I'm a history teacher. I want to answer your question.
Okay.
Capitalism and communist museum should learn from each other. Like the USA should learn something from China, and China should learn something from the United States. But in China, the biggest challenge is to make the society more fair. The rich people and the poor people have the big gap between them. I only thought about this. That's all. Thank you.
No, it's a very good point, and Wellington, you're up next. But whether communism and capitalism were deeply connected during the 20th century is a deep, deep conversation. Or perhaps capitalism was on a trajectory towards failure because of the very nature of interest rates always increasing the cost of things, right? If you have an interest rate, you have to charge more, so prices will always go up. And there's always inflationary pressure with interest rates. And of course, we know what happened with debt, right? Eventually, you can no longer pay. Wellington, you're next.
Can I ask?
Okay. I think the governments must find a balance between the capitalism and the actions social actions, because as you know, there are few rich and a lot of poor people. And between these actions, the government must improve these regions that are far the capitals, because these regions sometimes I think the lands are in the hands of farmers, and sometimes they don't have the interest in to improve, to invest. So I think to this situation change, the social, like I said, we have the governments must acting, looking the capitalism and the social actions, I think.
Okay, thank you very much, Wellington. I do apologize, I've been a little bit distracted this class. A couple of issues have popped up. But a very, very good discussion, all of you here. You seem to have a good, firm grasp of the economic and socio-economic issues. The collapse of oil prices have affected many countries, especially those that produce it, such as Russia. Despite what some of you may be hearing in the newspaper, it is not so much Western sanctions that have caused problems in Russia, it is really the collapse in oil prices. When you have almost half of your income, or more than half of your income, drop off, that's the cause of a problem, not a 10% drop. Here in Canada, we're also a resource-based country, and it's had a huge impact here as well, as I'm sure it has in Saudi Arabia, where oil is a huge, huge factor. However, in New Brunswick and the Maritimes, they have systemic issues. It has always been an area where jobs have been challenging. It's seasonal work. It's very hard to work in the winter due to the amount of snow, and that their core industries, fishing and others, have been greatly affected over the last couple of decades. How do they attract people? That's a good point. It's beautiful out there, that's for sure. But jobs? I don't know. Obviously the government does play a role in this, but even they are scratching their heads. Well, guys, we come to the end of another class. I do have to end it 2 minutes early because I have a private lesson coming up, and I always need to be able to start on time. Thank you so much for attending my class. I don't have too many classes this week as I'm away myself on a class, but I will be back here, I believe, on Friday or Saturday. And keep an eye out, because throughout the week, if there's an opportunity to pick up more classes late, I will do so. Thanks a lot, guys, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Good day.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.